across this quote that reads, "Imagine while we are talking that you have 5 children yanking on your arm and calling your name. Someone brewing coffee through a loudspeaker that's aimed at your ear. A Chinese dragon is dancing around the room and weaving between us. A song comes on the radio and immediately a childhood friend you haven't seen in 15 years materializes out of thin air and demands that you reminisce. And then 2 of the kids start pulling each other's hair and 1 kid vomits. Now don't notice any of that and continue talking to me. Focus only on what I'm saying. Not so easy. Well, welcome to the brain of someone with ADHD. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, is a developmental disorder in both children and adults that impairs the ability to sustain attention and focus, resist distraction, and regulate behavior. For me, this disorder hits very close to home because my son was diagnosed with ADHD almost 2 years ago. Today, I want to talk to you about the signs and symptoms as well as treatments for ADHD. But first, I want to tell you about the cause of this disorder so that you will get an understanding of what the condition entails. Before explaining to you the signs and symptoms, I first need to tell you about the cause of ADHD. The cause of ADHD should be understood. The exact cause of ADHD is not clear, but some research efforts continue. There are factors that may be involved in the development of ADHD and may include genetics. Studies indicate that genes may play a role. Environment. Certain environmental factors such as lead exposure may increase risk, and development. Problems in the central nervous system at key moments in development play a role. While there isn't much to know about ADHD at this time, there are quite a few signs and symptoms. The signs and symptoms of ADHD vary because not everyone with ADHD has the symptoms. That is also why there are 3 types of ADHD. A person with ADHD may suffer from all of the following problems: trouble paying attention, trouble focusing on just one thing at a time, trouble staying still, trouble thinking before acting, trouble keeping track of things, and trouble learning in school. There are 3 different types of ADHD, and they depend on which problems I previously stated that cause the most trouble. That is why you may hear some people have ADD, attention deficit disorder, or ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. There are 3 different types of attention disorders, and they are attentive type, those who mainly have difficulty paying attention and staying focused; hyperactive impulsive type, those who have difficulty keeping still when needed to and who frequently act before they think things through; and last is the combined type, those who have a combination of all these problems. Though the signs and symptoms may meet every child, the best way to know for sure is to see your physician for diagnosis and treatment. Diagnosis by healthcare professionals is done by using the guidelines to the American Psychiatric Association's Diagnostic and Statistic Manual, 5th edition, or the DSM-5. Although there is no cure for ADHD, there are multiple treatment options available. Finding the right treatment, including medication and behavioral therapies, is crucial to managing ADHD. There are many different medications that can help manage ADHD symptoms, such as short-acting stimulants, which require frequent dosing. The most common are Adderall and Ritalin. Intermediate or long-acting stimulants, the most common are Adderall XR, Concerta, and Ritalin LA. And non-stimulants such as Catapres. And even antidepressants such as Wellbutrin are used. In most cases, ADHD is best treated with a combination of behavior therapy and medication. You can also manage symptoms by eating a healthy diet centered around fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, peas, lentils, etc., lean protein sources, and nuts and seeds. Physical activity for less than 60 minutes a day, limiting the amount of daily screen time from TVs, computers, etc., and getting the recommended amount of sleep based on age. Treatment is important for those who suffer from ADHD, but understanding the disorder and how you can help is most important. Now that I've covered all the cause, signs, and symptoms and treatment of ADHD, I'll leave you with this last quote by Edward M. Hallowell. No matter how much you want to force yourself to pay attention, Boredom allows curiosity to find the key and open the dungeon door, allowing attention to escape and find some interesting place to visit.